was a fight. The French and the Dutch, I mean the French and the English, had a stalemate. So the way they stood, they kept that one half become English and the other half become French. That's how that happened.
Okay, I just want to ask you this. Now, would that make the present inhabitants of that island descendants of the Moors?
No.
All right.
They make them descendants of the vast majority of the population who came later. The first group who went there were descendants. They were the Moors who went there. The first Africans brought to the Western Hemisphere as slaves. They were not slaves. They were brought there and made slaves. They were Moors. But what is a Moor? A Moor is just like I said, a guy from Brooklyn is a guy from Harlem. The Moors were no special Africans. There was a bunch of Africans like you or me or anybody else. The Moors weren't nothing special, just Africans. It could have been Nigerians or Ghanaians. Don't make them something that they weren't. So that those who came later, for the most part, were from all other parts of Africa. It just meant that the first group to be carried there were the Moors who lost their power in Spain. They were carried over there to become the first Africans to be carried overseas.
Okay, thank you for the question, brother. It's a good question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Talk radio WLIB. Go right ahead, brother.
Bismillah. Happy birthday, brother. Thank you, your mother.
On time. All right, that's it.
And Dr. Ben, I think as you related about Cameroon coming from the word shrimp, I think that's Spanish for camarones. Also, I think Moor comes from the word black, which is today used in that language as morenos. But my question is...
No, déjalo. Espérame un momento. No me es correcto que en español.
Oh,
Porque tú
Professor.
estás hablando español de ahora. Español puro de España son diferentes con el español que tú usas.
Yo entiendo, mi maestro.
Está bien.
Yo entiendo. Okay,
Excuse me.
I stand corrected. He was telling me to do the thing right.
Thank you for that translation, brother.
Dr. Ben, so Moses realized that he was Hebrew, quote unquote, Prince's Jew at the age of 85. You said Moses, you just say that?
I said if in fact there was a Moses, because there's no historicity of it.
Okay, now, because my question was going to ask you is it just African folklore that has been incorporated into the history of these people as they rewrote it?
No, it's Jewish folklore.
I'm talking about Jewish folklore that this man went through the water. Is that just folklore, meaning something else from our history? And
it isn't African.
Oh, okay.
This story is an African story. It's an Asian story. The Jews were not originally born in Africa. Abraham and his family came from a place called Chaldea, according to the writing, outside of the city of Ur. And they came into Africa. People, I don't know how people keep getting the Jews being Africans. They're not.
Channel 7.
That's why I feel I feel no problem. Having left Judaism, I feel no problem, no loss.
Right.
I shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Okay. Gary, that you had a caller this morning who gave you some information and you wanted a telephone number on that, on the Black Men's Movement Tuesday meeting?
Yes.
That's at 966 Fulton Street at the Fort Greene Senior Citizen Center.
Right.
The telephone number for people, black men and youth who are interested is 718.
718. Take it. You got it right?
481-9518. 718-481-9518. Tuesday, 7 o'clock, Fort Greene Senior Citizen Center. Black men, be there. We are strategizing to establish a standard of behavior in our community. Self-defense and self-determination.
Thank you, brother. We'll take a break on that note. We'll come right back. Telephones are live, and we'll come back to take some of your calls for Dr. Ben in our final moments in the GBE Live from the world-famous Apollo Theater.
Has placed in the Amsterdam News advertising my tours from July 9th to August 2nd. Only one tourist company is authorized to do my tours, and that's Alkin Tours in Brooklyn. So this ad in the Amsterdam News about CBF Travel Tours International, I have no business with those people, and they have no right to advertise any of my tour.
Okay. All right.
It's a cheap hustle.
That's clear enough, and I'm sure that the brothers and sisters over at the Amsterdam who wouldn't have known about that will take note of that as well. Talk Radio 1190 WLIB. Final questions or two for Dr. Ben. Go right ahead, please. Good afternoon. Yes, good afternoon. You're in the air. Go right ahead, please.
Yes, good afternoon. First of all, I want to thank the elder Dr. Ben. What Dr. Ben said the last time he came to your studio, he was right about circumcision. I'm from Nigeria and I'm Yoruba. It is part of Yoruba culture that a woman is circumcised, the men are circumcised. Because our history goes back to Egypt and Mecca. There are documents to that effect. And all what Dr. Ben is talking about, African science, they are in Nigeria. You can find them in Nigeria. Similar thing that he just discussed about. So we are rich. We have been deluded by saying it is paganism. Anything that is African is always put down. You see? Unless we all go back and recapture all our history, our strength, we are all fooling ourselves from Africa to here.
Dr. Ben, a comment? Thank you, brother.
Thank you, my brother. I was trying to tell Sister Camille that it may rub her the wrong way as an African American, but it's our culture. And I was saying, I don't care what it is, how it affects any woman liberationist. I don't care. It is ours, and we doing it. I don't give a damn who don't like it. We are not doing it to please anybody outside of the continent who doesn't like it. You understand? My African hair and my head is the best hair in the world. I don't care who don't like it.
I think you should go to Africa and tell them too. Tell them, because you have been brainwashed.
Is my people eating each other? It's our eating each other. We're going to continue eating each other. We don't care if the Europeans don't like eating each other. At least we cook each other. They eat it raw. Magellan on his journey to Philippines, everybody, they killing themselves to eat. All right, then.
Brother, I thank you for your comment today and your call as well. Just a couple of notes that we want to make. Dr. Ben, you did mention the fact that you have a trip that is coming up in December. Maybe we want to make sure that people know about that. That sounds like the trips you used to do going into Ethiopia as well?
Yeah, we got 2 trips in July for the summer, 2 trips in August. But we do have a trip that's going to be December to January. That's the old trip that we used to have, including Ethiopia, Sudan, Egypt. We are starting this again. I'm leaving on the 1st, going back to Egypt, and then I'll be going to Ethiopia and Sudan to check the hotels and make sure that everything is in order, so that when people come in December and January, they will find everything satisfactory.
I've been waiting for you to do that trip again. I'm glad to hear it.
Here it comes.
On time. All right. Let's thank our brother being with us this afternoon at the world-famous Apollo Theater, Dr. Ben. We'd also like to send our thanks over to Copy Records. They sent Dr. Ben a special package and us too, a piece called Come Home Africa by Maurice Fortune. We'll get a chance to take a listen to this and get a chance to give some away. They were very generous with complimentary copies. Again, the theme is Come Home Africa, a message for us all. Don't forget the United African Movement honors Sister Camille Yarborough tonight, 7:30 p.m. at the Slave Theater at 1219 Fulton Street near Bedford in Brooklyn. Camille is UAM's 1992 recipient of the Ida B. Wells Award. In addition, she'll present a slide presentation. Is that Camille? It's sure. It's Camille right there, right? She'll be there tonight to Slave. And Sister Camille Yarborough with us, of course, as well. Good seeing you, Queen. All right. Again, see her tonight at the Slave. Make sure that you are there. She'll be presenting a slide presentation on racist images and black stereotypes in media and theater. Tomorrow, the GBE special pre-birthday celebration. Make it a point to come on and hang with us. If you can't do it, turn your radio on and be with us that way as well. Sister Soldier will join us with the party, among others, tomorrow. So make it a point. Keep your dial set right here. Talk Radio 1190 WLIB. World Leadership in Broadcasting. Mark Rowley is next with a place where nobody does it better.